what's going on, guys? Name is Vincent, and I've been I got into game development a couple years ago. I started doing it when I was a kid, but I never got serious about it. Definitely didn't get serious about it. I just play around, do some mods for Doom, just anything really. I started out with this program called Click and Create. Anyhow, what I want to talk about is I see a lot of posts all the time about how to get into game development, how to make it a career, how to learn it, whether you're trying to do it to sustain your finances or just as a hobby. And I'm here to tell you it's not hard at all. You just need to do it. I mean, you could probably just get up on Google and start typing in game development and you'll find some resources. Okay, so what I did though is I've been in the military for over 18 years, active duty, deployed, etc. I wanted to do something that I was interested in, since I was a kid. So I chose, game development. I looked at degree programs. I picked Southern New Hampshire University. So this could be a review about that, or just in general, take it your way. But I'm gonna explain my take on it. So. Southern New Hampshire University. So they've got campuses and it's also online. Now, I'm being military. I do online because it works with my schedule. probably about 2 years ago, I switched over from another school, and about maybe 2 years ago, around a little bit after, I started out with my first game development course, which was Game 207 or 20 something. Anyways, you use Unreal Engine, you use blueprints, if you've heard of that. It is scripting, kind of a scripting language, visual based. It's pretty much exactly as it sounds. Blueprints, you're drawing out visual representations of code built on top of C++, which is basically the back end function of Unreal Engine. So the entire course up until at least 305, Game 305, has been based on blueprints, and you start off doing simple projects, and then you move on to a little bit more complex. You're doing more project management type, team type assignments where you're working on a repository, and you've got different positions. You can be the team lead or lead programmer or general programmer, on a team, artist, etc. It's kind of get onto a Discord and we just start hashing it out. Like, hey, who wants to be an artist? Like, me? No, I chose like lead programmer because I'm not an artist at all. So anyways, that's Southern New Hampshire University. Other schools are different. Some schools use Unity. Some schools maybe they focus on building the engine entirely. I think that may be part of this career curriculum, but I don't think it's going to get like super in depth in that. Other courses that are taken for the school, which are part of the core, are C++, C#, Java, Python. All that stuff is pretty much rolled in, but it's more of a generalized IT / computer science, take, where it's almost generalized. You're just writing programs, following whatever the rubrics are, which most of the time they use like third-party coding programs. I think Codio was one of the first ones that we used for Python, and C++ we were using Visual Studio, and we were writing stuff, within our local machines, although they did want us to use virtual machines remotely, but the performance was terrible. So we talked to the instructor about, using our local machines, and she was like, yeah, fine, no problem. Anyways, getting a little bit off track. So, game development. Is it going to work out? Well, don't expect to get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, like right off the bat, because like any other business, they're going to pay you what you're worth. Not what you're technically worth, but what you know. What kind of asset would you hire you? at your current skill set. If you're saying no or you're not sure, then don't expect a huge outcome on that salary right off the bat. You have to work your way up like any other profession. I've been in the military for 18 years. I get paid pretty well. If I jumped over to game development, regardless of what my rank is or how much I get paid, it's a totally different story. No one cares. What I could do, what I have done, my deployments. It's a totally different story. They want to know what you can bring to the table, and how well you work with teams. Are you a leader? Do you know project management? Are you good with coding? Are you good at design? Things like that. And there's different aspects of game development. There's design, programming, specifically, and then art, and they all have their own very strong, paths, that you have to build up to. You can't. You can go in as a generalist, but it's probably not going to be behoove you unless you're going into an indie studio where you're going to be doing wearing a lot of different hats. If you go into a AAA, you're going to be doing specific things. It's going to be very role based. You're going to go in, you're going to do what you have to do, and then you're going to move on. And I don't know personally by working in these positions, but from talking to other people that have, that's what they tell me. And they also say sometimes it's a lonely world, because you go in, you do your job, and then you leave. But that probably depends on the company. Wholly. They're not all like that. But in the end of the day, it is a business, and they do what they need to do to survive. And if you look at history, and you look at many different companies that you grew up playing games from, that not all of them survived. Regardless of how good their games were. It's just that's how it rolls. Hope that makes sense. So don't expect job security to be completely set. Like I said, you're maybe not going to get fired, but you could get laid off, or the job or the company can go under, or they finish a game, a huge project, and then you start making cuts, and none of that stuff is personal. That's just how it rolls. That's why I chose to study game development and design so late, when it's safer, for me to switch over, because I'm going to have a pension. I'm going to still have a backflow of money in case things don't work out, or if I decide to start a business and that doesn't work out, then pension is there, and I still have a lot of knowledge from my IT background in the military. So that's why I chose game development so late. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so I don't know. I just I feel more comfortable having that backbone set of financial security. So that being said, from some of the talks that I've had with various instructors, one of the best ones I've had, Joseph Whitworth from Southern New Hampshire University. He put out a lot of good information, and one of those things were how to get your foot in the door for a game job, QA/QC internships, things like that. That's going to get your foot in the door. Is it a glamorous job? Probably not. But yeah, if you're starting out and you want to get in there, that's the way to go. A lot of questions I've heard are college. Is college really necessary? No, it's not at all. But is it going to get you to start focusing on what you need to know? Is it going to get you in the mode? Maybe. I didn't start game developing until I started college. That was specifically for game development. I never got serious about it because I always had other things to do. Like I had other classes and I had work and I've got a family, I've got so many other things, but now game development is part of my education. So yes, I spend a lot of time doing it now, but more importantly, I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, then I wouldn't do it, and I don't think too many other people would stick to it. So, college, yes, yes and no. If you're disciplined and you know exactly what you need to do and what to do, and you're going to do it, and you're going to continue to study and self-improve, you don't need college. No, you can build your portfolio. You can start studying on your own. You can start building projects. You can start working in teams. But what I see a lot of is young guys will come in, they'll want to start a project. They'll want to get onto a team, and they don't have any actual knowledge base yet. They just want to do something, and I see them fail when that happens, because they have a certain expectation that either other people are going to tell them exactly what they need to do, or almost sometimes other people will build a game for them, and that doesn't get taken well by the community, as you can tell. So, all right, now, so education-wise, I'm actually 3 years in, technically 3 years. I've only got a couple of classes left, and I've only taken 3 solid game development courses where that's all you do. You're developing games, and they weren't hard. It's just you just had to do it, So yeah, there were some other fundamental things that we did, like scripting, mathematics. But other than that, all that stuff I could have done on my spare time. I just didn't have the motivation, I guess, or the focus. So yeah, you just need focus. So you get what you put into. If you go into a college and you're like, oh, it sucked. It's these guys didn't teach me anything, or it was really easy. You get what you put in. So if you're working on a project, a team project, and you've got X role, and you said it was super easy, but there's other people on that team that worked really hard and they spent countless hours working on that X project, then you're not putting in very much. Sorry, buddy. If you've got if you don't have very much content in that project that has been worked on the team, maybe you didn't put in that much, and that's not a knock against you. It's just you can do more. That's all. You get what you put in. All right, and that's pretty much it. So that's my take. It's not an easy business to get into. You have to love it to stick in it. And me, it's a hobby. I do it because I enjoy doing it. If I get paid doing it, I don't care. It's like, fine. It's like woodworking. I enjoy doing it. Do I suck at it? Yeah, I do. But do I suck at playing games? Yeah, I'm not that great. No. Do I like it? Sure. Yeah, it's great. Whatever. But I'm an old school gamer, and I enjoy simple games as well. I enjoy all types of games. Also an avid metalhead. I can't play an instrument though, but I love metal. Cheers. Have a good one.